So one thing that happened for me, alhamdulillah, that while I was at university, I kind of cruised through university. I didn't really have to work that hard. My first came reasonably easy. And I just wasted a lot of time at uni. You know, I wasn't that religious practicing type, and I just wasted a lot of time, did a lot of rubbish. But uni was a kind of point where it changed my life completely, alhamdulillah, because for the first time I really experienced like really good Jummah khutbahs.
Okay.
Right? So in English. Yeah, because my local masjid was always like Urdu, right? So to actually experience Islam with some ISOC brother who was like the head of it, right? And then there was obviously the Hizb ut-Tahrir brothers who would like tell you about things and they would get you interested politically and stuff. So anyway, I started getting interested in the last year. And I remember one Ramadan. Ramadan's a great time for ISOCs actually because like all the Muslims get involved in that. So you guys being presidents, you know. So I was just a nobody everyday kind of Muslim who's going to the prayer room. And I remember seeing one of the ISOC heads, the guy, he had this massive crate of like chicken
I thought you were going to say a massive beard.
No. He had this massive box, right? Yeah. And in that box, he had like 2-piece chicken and chips. You know how you get 2-piece chicken? And he was carrying it like that and he was struggling, he was going. And I'm outside, we had little huts, it was at Middlesex Uni. And I was looking at
Middlesex Uni?
Middlesex Uni, business school. And I was standing outside, I'm looking at him and I'm looking at all the guys waiting for food in the hut. Yeah. And I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, whoa, like, who are you? And I was like, those guys waiting for him to come and give this to me.
So you want to be part of that? You wanted to be that person to give?
No, but at that moment, I realized I felt like a loser. Because I was like, I'm just like being a taker. I'm just cruising through life, I'm being a taker, and this is the hero. This guy's the hero, right? This ISOC guy who's basically, God knows what his struggles are. He's probably not even as good as me at uni and stuff, so he's probably doing his studies and he's doing this and he's doing that. But yet, he's here to give me food. And for me, that was just like a switch went on, like, whoa, like, you're a loser. And it's quite a difficult thing to take when you're doing very well academically. Because normally people see academics as the be-all, right? You're doing really well, you might get a first, you're doing great. But my mindset was, whoa, you're actually a loser. Because what are you doing to add value to people's lives? Because my parents, my mum and dad, they've always been they've been givers their whole lives, right? And they've always given to me, they've allowed me to do things in my life. And I was like, I'm not like that. Or I've become not like that, right? So that moment for me was like a big awakening. And suddenly I went into this mode that when you realize what you are, you actually start regretting. So I had massive regrets about these last 2-3 years that I've just spent in uni, because I'm like, this is the time when you're free. Now I'm going to go to work, I'm going to get fully into work. These years I've just wasted, right? And you know, most of us, I think we've been through our lives and we wasted, but it was a huge realization.
So what happened after that then?
But just before that, just to say that, I think that's a very interesting point for brothers that are involved in ISOCs to take away, even though that's a benefit for somebody who's not in ISOC to kind of see that experience. But for the brother that is carrying the boxes of chicken, somebody who's doing that right now, it's for him to realize that actually that one act of you know, coming down and trying to do that, volunteer your time, it can have this kind of effect. And you won't even know it. You probably didn't even go up to that brother or the group of brothers and say, look, this really helped me or anything. They had no idea. So that could be the same thing, just to keep in your mind that.
And when you start thinking about like the things I've done in my life since that point, goes back to that kind of brother. It's crazy.
He would have no idea about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
called servant leadership, isn't it?
Yeah. You guys probably wouldn't be asking me to come here if it wasn't for that incident. You know, that's what I said about Dietrich again. Dietrich again, right? So at that point, what I think
makes you appreciate life as well, isn't it? Makes you appreciate life, that, you know, such a small decision can make a huge impact, not just in your life but other people's lives. Because you're recalling this how many years ago? This very long time ago.
So
yet you still remember this.
15, 20 years ago.
This was a change in mindset, and you still remember this based on this one brother, selfless act. Very inconvenient. A lot of times, let it be known, in terms of ISOC, Charity Week, whatever, because Charity Week's happening right now.
That's true.
Like a lot of people just like work hectic, and often maybe they don't have the right intention of Allah, but generally the effort they put in, and they don't really see that effort, or they don't feel as though it's made an impact. Let it be known, it does make an impact. It really does.
And this is very important for the whole mindset around giving, because you know, like I said, because from that moment, what happened then in my mind is like, right, you know what, screw this. I'm changing the way I live my life now in terms of this element, right? And so what I said from that point is that now I need to basically become someone who's going to add value and give to others, right? And so at that point, I kind of used that regret then to go off and do different things. So that very next year, I came back to uni, even though I wasn't at uni.
You weren't a student anymore.
No, I wasn't a student, nothing. And I decided to help with Ramadan food. Because I knew a caterer and this and that. So I started helping with food. And that was my real first experience into like volunteering and doing things for the sake of Allah and stuff. And it just changed my life forever.